Hi, everyone. So I'm super excited. I have my friend Sue Turner-Cary here with me today to share about some natural products. And the reason that I became so passionate about talking about this lately is because we are on a shelter in place for the next month or so. And that means that we are spending so much time indoors. And this is something that I've been talking about for decades as a healthcare practitioner, that it's really important to look at our products and reading the ingredients, reading the labels, getting informed as a consumer. And now that we're spending more time indoors and we actually have more time, that we can begin to take a look at these things. So, they say that studies have shown that the inside of our homes is actually up to 70% more toxic than the outside of our homes. And there's things that we can do to shift that with certain plants that help clean the air. But the most important thing is to really always try to go towards the natural products if you can, as much as possible. So that means, in your furniture and your floors, but it's really the cleaning products and the things that we put on our body, in our hair and our skin and our makeup, the way that we clean, all of those things we're constantly inhaling through, our nasal passages, but then also inhaling through our skin. And if we're not able to be detoxing and cleansing, if we don't have a regular regime like that, they can build up in our body and create a lot of congestion and definitely dampen our immune system. And so I'm feeling really passionate to talk about this right now because our lungs are so important. We want to be strong and strengthen them. And also because we want to be doing everything that we can to boost our immune system. And there's lots of people out there that don't realize that being at home and using toxic products can actually dampen your immune system. So I'm super excited to hear what Sue has to say. It's going to be new information for me, so I'm really excited to hear her speak. And before we do that, I'd like to just set an invocation, set our intention, and close our eyes and just move into the present moment if we can for a moment. And so let's just go ahead and close our eyes and just rest your hands in your lap and go ahead and take a couple deep breaths through the nose. So inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth or through the nose. And really just becoming present and open. We want to open all the channels to hear everything that we are here that is important to us, so that all the messages are coming through, and that also just feeling so blessed and grateful for this technology, for the information that Sue is sharing. It's going to be going out to the world, and whoever is there that is interested and that it's important for them to hear this message, they will be connected with this message and they will get this information. And so we're just so grateful for that today. So thank you. Go ahead and open your eyes. And so go ahead, Sue. I'm super excited. And maybe tell us a little bit about your background and then the product or products you're going to share with us today.
Hello, everyone. And Rachel, thank you so much for having me. Yeah. It's really lovely to be here. And I first of all want to premise this with, this is about sharing information. I'm not here to sell you anything. I want you to know information because knowledge is power. And so I basically became involved with Beauty Counter kind of by a fluke, because I'd moved from Los Angeles. My husband and I had just had our son, and we'd had a really difficult time having him. He was my 4th pregnancy. And after having Winston, I became doting mom and did not want to be in Los Angeles anymore. My profession there was directing and acting and writing. And I just knew I wanted to get out of the city and just really focus on being a mom, but also changing my life. And I wasn't quite sure what that was going to be. So luckily for us, we found this beautiful area that we're in, rural Santa Barbara County. And I just decided that I would change my life. And I got really involved with recycled fashion 5 years ago, because I was in the fashion industry before I was an actress, and I just found that it was pretty wasteful, and it is actually one of the most toxic industries, I think, in the world, maybe, but there's probably more. But anyway, I really cared about recycling. And I thought at that time, and still do, that you can look absolutely fantastic with what people sometimes refer to as second-hand clothes, but I like to say vintage or recycled fashion. And some of them are beautiful and they're made in Italy or France or England or even in America in the past, where clothes actually used to be made before everything it got shipped to China to make in more fast fashion and in bigger quantities. So anyway, so
disposable clothing is what I call it. Disposable clothing. Yeah, it's a shame. So yeah, exciting. Okay.
Anyway, so I started my shop, and then my little vintage store, which I'm sitting in right now, though it's closed because we are sheltering in place, and I do think actually it's going to be longer than a month. I think we should prepare for a bit longer than that, but we'll see. Anyway, moving on, I built up some clients, and they kept asking me, what are you using for your skin? You have such great skin. And I said, yes, luckily I have good genes. My grandmother taught me well, always do my neck. Do your neck, not just your face. And I started to investigate products. And I was absolutely gobsmacked when I found out in America that since 1938, which is before the Second World War, there has been no update to the beauty industry laws as to what chemicals they can use in products. I couldn't believe it. So I started to do more investigation, thinking about, well, if I'm going to bring products into my sanctuary of my vintage shop where I'm really promoting recycled clothes and helping the environment, I've got to be really choosy about what I bring to my clients. And through some investigation, I discovered Beauty Counter, which is a 7-year-old company now. They started in 2013, and our CEO, Greg Renfrew.
American-based? Is it
American-based?
Okay.
Out of Santa Monica. American-based, all made in America.
Okay.
And Greg was as gobsmacked as I was, as an American woman, realizing when she was using a shampoo or a bubble bath for her child, or putting on her foundation, or putting on a lotion on her skin.
Right.
Your skin is your largest organ. She realized that there had been no update to the law since 1938, and companies can use thousands of chemicals without disclosing what they are. Yeah. And in Europe, where I come from, I'm English, you can probably tell. I've been talking to my dad a lot, even though I've been in the United States 25 years. I've been on Zoom with my dad and my sister, and my accent's stronger because they're all in England, doing the same thing. So anyway, in England, in Europe, 1,500 chemicals are banned by the EUC. They are not allowed into personal care products. On the same list in the United States, only 30 are banned.
Wow, isn't that shocking? Yeah.
When I got that information, I'm like, this can't be true. This can't be true. Anyway, investigating all of it, I realized, yes, it is. And knowledge is power. So I started to look at, my husband didn't believe me either. He's like, but we shop at healthy stores, and this can't be right. And I'm like, I know. And a friend had told me about an app, and it's called Healthy Living. And there's quite a few. This is the one that I like to use. And it's a free app. It's a database. So you don't pay for it. It's just basically going to give you all the ingredients of a product, and it's going to rate it from 1 to 10. So 1 being green and fine, you can use every day. 10 being do not put on your skin.
Right,
and
it's amazing. When I've used it. Say the name again.
It's called Healthy Living. So
Healthy Living. So I'll put it on my website. You can go to rachelpetkus.com, and I'll put it on my website. Right. Yeah, I've used it. It's incredible. Yeah, more people need to know.
It does food as well. So yes, as you were saying in your intro, your skin is your largest organ. And what I started to do was, I investigated Beauty Counter, and I said, okay, this lady is walking the talk. Not only are we, do we care about providing safe products. We also advocate in Congress. I think we're one of the only companies to have our own lobbyists lobbying for stricter laws in the industry.
Right.
And recently, Greg talked at Congress talking about the lack of regulation in the beauty industry, by the way, which is a $70 billion industry.
Right,
and,
right.
We also are a benefit corp. And what that means is, as a benefit corp, and there's only about 2,000 B Corps in the world, that we put planet, people, and profit equally. It's very important that we do that. So
wonderful.
Anyway.
I thought that she was a man, Greg.
No, she's a girl.
That's so funny. Okay.
Yes.
That's so cute. Okay.
Yeah, so she started this movement. So basically I became a consultant, and I started to educate my clients, but I also said to them, look, I'm not the Beauty Counter police. I'm not telling you to buy everything Beauty Counter. I love the company because of what we do, but go to the app, you know, and there's some things at home that I don't use on my son that maybe I would, you know, that I use on me, but I make sure they're safe, right? Because I know we go through our kids, just go with soaps and lotions.
Right,
and so
right, exactly, yeah.
So I've invested
boys,
in other companies that I want to support, but I've decided I am only going to support companies that care about my health.
I love that.
Right, in all aspects of my life, be it my cleaning products, be it my you know, shampoos, conditioners, body lotions, my makeup, it's all Beauty Counter. We're
personal integrity, personal responsibility. That's what we want in corporations now. That's what we're all asking for and pushing for. Exciting.
Yes,
yeah, I love that.
A social movement and be doing good.
Right.
It doesn't have to be profit. Obviously, we're in business, right? So you have to make a profit or you wouldn't have a business. But we're advocating stricter laws to help women and families. We're also a benefit corp, and we're providing a solution, which is these great products that you don't have to worry about what's in them, because we make sure everything that we use is safe, has been tested on people there's data on their human health. The one thing I would say, the biggest thing for me, the biggest change since leaving LA, I have to tell you guys to watch a movie if you can called Stink. It's on Netflix. Okay. It's only
Stink, S-T-I-N-K. Okay.
Yeah, I only watched it about a year ago because people had been telling me about it, and I was like, oh, a documentary, 2 hours about the perfume industry. And then I wish I'd watched it 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, I heard. I'll watch it. Yeah, it's so important, formaldehyde. Yeah.
Well, the one thing you have to realize about the fragrance industry is that if you see a product and you look at the ingredients, it has fragrance in it, it's a loophole for companies to be able to put hundreds of chemicals under that heading.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the regulations are just not there. Yeah.
Really don't use anything that has a fragrance, the heading of fragrance. And when you watch Stink, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And the one thing I would say, if you have to have a signature scent, and I've stopped wearing scents because so many of them are endocrine disruptors, they're hormone disruptors, they have carcinogens in them. But what are we taught? I went back to my grandmother, you know, teaching me to do this.
Yeah.
We're taught to put perfume right here. And what's here? It's our
lymph. Yeah.
We're putting fragrance on our lymph nodes every
day. Right. Well, and this place too is a very vulnerable area. Yeah, it goes right into our blood system. Yeah.
So the one thing I say to ladies is, if you have to wear your scent, put it in the back of your hair.
Right. That's good advice. Yes, it's so important.
Clothes, but then when we used to hug each other, I would, you know, as a shop owner, people would come in and I would have
and then you have
scents all over me.
Right. And why is that? Because it's a chemical and it's not natural. I love that. Okay, I'm really excited. So, was there a product that you can share with us today? Like, what's your favorite product from Beauty Crowner? Like, what's the one that you use the most? I mean, I'm excited about lipstick, but you know, it's also like we're here in sunny Southern California. We want things to cover and protect. But what's your favorite product?
My phone is ringing. Sorry about that. They think I'm here. They must be seeing the lights on. It's an emergency.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
So one of the first things, so I got eczema on the back of my head really bad.
Right, yeah.
And I used to think it was because, well, right now my color doesn't look so great and I've got crazy roots, but I'm normally a very vibrant redhead. And I thought it was the color that I was using, even though I was being really careful about what coloring I would use. I had eczema from the back of my head here all the way down to the bit of my neck. So I started using the shampoo, and literally my eczema on my head cleared up in about 8 days.
Wow.
And the other thing that I fell in
Can you
love
show, do you have the product there so we can get the name so everybody can see in case they want to go online and contact you?
Yeah, so I have my own website, which is beautycounter.com.
Okay, say it again.
So beautycounter.com, but to hopefully support my business, because you can just go to beautycounter.com and order. But if you're hearing about Beauty Counter for the first time and you'd like to support my small business, you could go to beautycounter.com/Sue Turner-Cary. A bit of a mouthful.
Okay, wonderful. So it's Beauty Counter /Sue Turner
/Sue SUE TURNER-CRAY.
Okay, wonderful. And I'll put this link and I'll put that all in near the interview so everybody can see. And also if people want to contact you for questions and they want to know more about than just ordering.
Email me, stylejunctionshop@gmail.com. That's style and junction, like a train junction, shop. stylejunctionshop@gmail. Please feel free to email me.
Okay, that's so exciting.
Yeah,
okay, what's your next favorite? We've got time for maybe 2 more.
So the shampoo I love. Well, there's so many products. When I first started, we only had like 40. And now, because we've become innovative, we have over 200 SKUs. The second one that I fell in love with, for me, is because I'm in California and I'm super pale, but I want to wear a sunscreen. But what you don't want in your sunscreen is you do not want oxybenzone. In Hawaii were the first state, I believe, to ban it.
Wow, because that's the one that they say that you have to have it in sunscreens or it doesn't work. This is good information.
So oxybenzone has been banned in Hawaii because it's a coral killer. It kills coral.
Right.
So if you think about, because all the tourists were going into the ocean, the ocean is a mass of water. So you're wearing oxybenzone that's in a sunscreen that is diluted by the water, but it's still killing the coral. So what is it doing when you put it on your every day? Don't use the sunscreen with the oxybenzone.
Okay, that's helpful.
And I have to say, the sunscreen, our counter sun, one of the main ingredients is California poppy. And we use zinc. We have active ingredient of zinc oxide.
Okay, nice.
But the lovely thing about our sunscreen is, one, it doesn't smell of crazy chemicals. And the other thing that happens with it is it doesn't leave the
nice. Right? Okay, that's really important. So for those of us that are watching this right now, I know for women, that's one thing that's a concern. I know it's been a concern for me. I want to wear the zinc. And then it's like, do you want to have your face all white or not? This has been going on for years. So super helpful product. Wonderful. I love that.
It's using the California poppy, which is one of the highest for antioxidants, and
Exciting.
it's water resistant for 40 minutes. So I love this.
Wonderful.
And I love that Hawaii were one of the first, and I think actually the keys are thinking of doing it as well, of banning oxybenzone.
Right. I hope they do. Yeah. The more that we all talk about this and get the legislation to change, the better. Knowledge is really power, like you said. Okay, one more. This is so good. I love it.
Other one, I would say,
So helpful.
we have 3 oils. I put them here, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
So oils are really, really good for your skin. What I would say is, if you're watching me and you're thinking, oh my goodness, like I did in the beginning, I have so many products. Start with 3. Clean swap 3. What do you start with? Your body lotion. Because that's going all over your body every day, pretty much. Look at it. Is it green? Is it clean? What's in it? I'm putting it on my body every day. Think about your shampoo, because if you do care about the environment, what's going down the drain hole?
Right.
Into the world as well. So look at your sunscreen, look at your body lotion, look at your shampoo. And if you're a huge lipstick wearer like me, my grandmother during the Second World War, my dad has been telling me all these stories about going through the Blitz in London, and that my grandmother would always have her lipstick on. And so I never leave the house without lipstick. It's been instilled in me since a kid. But you want your lipsticks, because we as women, we eat our lipstick, we eat our lip gloss.
So important. Right.
So make sure it's food grade. And all of Beauty Counter's lipsticks and lip glosses, and we have a longer lasting lipstick now, which is wonderful, with peppermint oil. Just make sure it's food grade, because you're ingesting it. And this is completely off topic and maybe a little X-rated, so you can cut it if you want to. But after doing all this investigation about, products and lipsticks, my husband and I were like, what about lube?
Right. It's important. Yeah. Love making.
So
do you have a product for that? Does Beauty Counter have a product for that?
Yeah, well, we have a baby oil that I will use.
Oh, nice.
We have a baby balm that but you can also,
I want a baby balm.
Yeah, it has all sorts
I love that. That's wonderful. I think that's very.
You start to go down this rabbit hole, though. You're like, oh my goodness. So don't get overwhelmed. Think about.
I like how you said 3. Switch out 3 and the clean and green.
Start with that. And then look at your household products like you talked about, and start to switch them out, because you can get so overwhelmed, like when you're cleaning your house and everything's upside down. If you just start with one drawer, or you just start with one room, then you can start to make progress. So I would say the same with your beauty, right?
That makes sense. Just start with one room. Yeah, just start with one drawer.
And one other love that I have is our Dew Skin. It's our tinted moisturizer with an SPF that I'm wearing now, and I wear every day, even if because we have to be so careful of the sun, even if you're not in sunny California. And I love that it also works on sun damage, which unfortunately after moving here, you start to get brown spots and your freckles start to look different. And this will work. It's a moisturizer with a tint, but it's not just a mask on your face. It's also helping your skin with your fine lines. Nourishing. So
right. I love that. Well, thank you so much. And can you go ahead and say where people can contact you again? Because I feel like that's really important. This is such good information. So say that again, and then we'll end our interview.
It's an absolute emergency. You can text me on my cell phone, 213-400-2721. If you can't get through to me or something on my website. But my email is stylejunctionshop@gmail.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you so much, Sue. I feel like I learned so much. I'm so excited. I'm really excited about the baby balm. I'm really excited about the dew one. So that was really helpful. And also the sunscreen, because we're heading into summer and I spend a lot of time on the beach and I really go through that whole thing, you know, and I have heard that oxybenzoin was the one you were supposed to purchase. And it can be really overwhelming. So to have somebody that we can reach out to for support is so important. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So do you
All right.
the app?
Okay. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.